We didn't have a good result last Friday night. We played the All Blacks there in Dublin, and to be honest, it started out badly, and the game never really got going for us at all. And the All Blacks, with all due respect to them, weren't at their best, but they certainly capitalised on the errors Ireland made. Don't know if you've seen the game. But anyway, I think Argentina next, we'll see how that goes. And I enjoy the rugby. I enjoy the rugby, and I enjoy these autumn internationals with all the home nations. So we'll be watching it all closely again this weekend. And of course, the Six Nations then next spring. 7-3 Dean, thanks again for the very enjoyable chat. 2 Whiskey Zero, Delta Tango Romeo, Echo India, 2 Hotel India. Bye bye.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. We watch all the Irish games, Scottish games, and the other ones over the other side. I don't know I can't remember the name of them now. But there we go. And the Six Nations. 7-3 out. Good night. You take care. EI2HI 2W0DTR. Bye bye.
Thank you very much, Dean. 7-3. Good evening to you. Good night. Bye
bye. ON80I. Not sure whose frequency it is, Hugh. Over.
Sorry, say again?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is it your frequency? Over?
Yeah, well, I was on it earlier on, and I was on there with another Belgium station, John, and then Brian in Northern Ireland, and then Dean there in Wales. How are you, John, before I head? How are things? Hope you're well, over.
Yeah, doing very well. Thank you very much. 15 over, nearly 20 over, Hugh. And good to hear you. Haven't spoken with you for a little while. EI2HI, ON80I in Belgium, Hugh, over.
Very good, John. Yeah, you're loud and clear here as well. Very, very strong here into West Cork tonight, John. And I haven't been on 80 metres here for a long time. I haven't been on for a while. I did get on there one night about 2 or 3 nights ago, just for about a half an hour or so. And I thought tonight there we'd give 80 a shot and see what's happening. I was on 40 metres earlier on and had a nice contact there into VK9 CV there in Cocos Keeling. And I got on this morning there, John, and we had a nice contact into the South Cook Islands on 40. So, the bank conditions are good, John, and 10 metres, 12 metres, we've been flying it in the afternoons when I get home from work. Bank conditions have been fairly good there on 10 and 12. Wide open. Hasn't been as good maybe today as it was maybe last week or the start of the week, but still not bad either. John, you're 5'9 plus here as well. Super strong. Hope all is well with you and the family. From a dry but overcast Ireland, got the glass cut today at the front to the side of the property here. So it was a dry day, but quite mild, 15 degrees Celsius, which is quite good for this time of the year, John. ON80I, EI2HI, over.
Yeah, Roger, on that, Hugh, all copied. Well done on your DX. Now, the South Cook Islands, maybe, was that a DXpedition or was that Jim, over?
Yeah, DXpedition, VK9 Charlie Victor. That was this evening. And, the VK9 was Cocos Keeling, that's DXpedition. And the other one is a couple of Bulgarian lads who were out in the South Cook Islands. And it was on 40. That was this morning, I'm going to say around 9 o'clock. Hold on, I have it here in front of me, actually. It was, what should I do with it? I'll take it out, John. It was about just after 9 o'clock this morning they were on. And they were quite good on 40. So, I was delighted with that, because as you know, I don't have an amplifier here, the 100 watts and the G5 RV, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you're a great signal wherever you transmit to, and I was happy with that the Kenyan station, Jeffrey, and of course I got the leg up from Mike in Pennsylvania. Over.
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah, he gave you a 5 and 8, and you give him a 5-8 back. Yeah, there's that comes in there from time to time as well. That 5 is a 5 Zulu. He's 5 Zulu 4 Bravo uniform. I think I've heard him on. He was on 10 metres today. I hear him on quite a bit. I never actually spoke to him. I have 5 Zulu, John, most bands here, and confirmed. So, when there's a bit of a pile up and that's calling him, if I have it already, I'll leave it alone, over.
Yeah, Roger. No point in adding to the madness. And I suppose you have the the Burkina Faso, and you probably worked them on a few bands, over?
Yeah, I do, John. I got them on all, well, not on all, I didn't get them on 80, but I got them on 40, 30, right up to 10 metres. And we got them on CW and SSB on all those bands, John. 80 metres I didn't. They were there, but not strong enough for me to get through. But we managed to get them on 40, single sideband and CW. And they were on 30 metres and all the way up to 10. I don't bother with 6 metres, John, over.
Yeah, Roger, yeah, well, the, what do they call it, the magic band. You can't do everything. And I'm just wondering, out of curiosity, phone and CW, how many countries or wherevers are you up to, over? Good night, Farah.
John, I've no idea. I didn't count. I've no idea. I'm certainly, I don't know, maybe up around, I guess, maybe 317, 320. Confirmed, that is. I'm waiting on more cars to go. I'm waiting on the confirmation from a couple there that like to come my reef. I'm waiting on Tango 30 and Tango 31. Waiting for those cars. I'm waiting as well for Jarvis Island, so that's another one that I'm waiting to get confirmed. I worked it all right, worked them, but I just wait. I don't count them unless I get the card, John. I need the card, and I don't count them as worked until I get it confirmed. I'm waiting on Jarvis, and also waiting on Nauru as well, that Charlie 2. So when they come through, John, I say we're up around maybe 320, 321 at a guess. But I haven't counted them, John, and I haven't looked for any wars or anything like that, over.
Yeah, Roger, well, you do extremely well, and I have spoken about you with another pal of ours, EI2HI, and we reckon you're very clever, over.
In what way, John? I've never been told that before. I should get the XYL out here, because she gives out to me. She said, how stupid can you be? And sometimes she would say that. So I should get her out to the shack, John, and get her to repeat it. Get you to repeat that. But anyway, John, you'll have to elaborate, over.
Yeah, no, the way you can get in, you just know the right time to hit the PTT button, over.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think, John, the thing to do is listen. A lot of the time I do is I try to listen and work the split. You know that the person, the other side, they have a system. Everyone is different. But basically what they do, John, they have a system. And they'll go up, they're going up in steps if a single sideband. You can figure out the steps. Some of them you have to figure out, are they going up or are they going down? And sometimes try and pick it. The frequency, try and kind of preempt the frequency, and hopefully there won't be too many on top of you with amplifiers, and try and get it at that moment. That's what I do, John. As against shouting all the time or transmitting all the time, what I do is I try and listen for a good while, figure it out, and wait then, and we've figured out and try and preempt the steps and get in on that opportunity. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. And then there's sometimes when there's no point in calling, there's just too much QRM, and of course you'll notice that your signal isn't great to them. So, yeah, no, you do very well. I wouldn't have the patience. I give them a few calls, and if I get nothing back, I'll just, as we say, Hugh, I'll throw my hat at it, over.
Yeah, I get that, John. But to me, the way I see it is a bit like freshwater fly fishing. Freshwater fly fishing, John, and you need patience in that game as well. You kind of have to figure out the fly that they're taking, and then especially the nighttime fishing or the evening time, the summertime. There's one trout there that's feeding later than the rest, and he's the big one because his appetite is a bit bigger. And you keep at it, and you get the fly right over them, and hopefully they'll take it. It's a patience game as well, John. But if it was easy, there'd be no fun, John. None whatsoever. You get no kick out of it. It's easy. And especially then if you can do it barefoot, at 100 watts. I think that's the most enjoyable part of it. Knowing that you can do it with the basic power. And a lot of the time, John, it's down to patience, a bit of luck, and propagation and conditions. all the ducks have to line up in a row, and if you're patient, you'll get there. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Plus, your audio is very good, and it punches through. Over.
Well, John, I think that's the way I set this up. For the purists now that might be listening here on this band, they might say, oh no, it's too much high frequency in it, needs a bit more bass. But with a standard mic, I kind of set it up that, a bit more higher frequency, that if a band is noisy or its conditions aren't great, that the audio will come through. I'm not looking for perfection, John. All I'm looking for is the voice and the call sign to be heard. Over.
Yeah, well, that's it. Lots of highs anyway. Well, just one final thing before I say goodbye to you. Probably there's a few more that'll call you, but do you miss the Zoom meeting? Over.
I do, John. I will be honest. I do. Yeah, I do indeed. And but like everything else, I suppose all good things come to an end. And I to be honest, John, I don't think the interest is quite there. With the same crew contributing all the time, and others that were just. Weren't really into it, I think, but I do miss it, I have to say, and but look, there's a reason for everything, I guess, and I do enjoy the physical meetings as well. We had our own meeting there, we had our own 30th birthday meeting, not meeting, but a party night, a sit-down meal, you'll see it on the next newsletter, a good gang of us there for it, and with a great old night, we had it in the hotel there in Clonmel, and with a good group of us there, and we basically had the place to ourselves, and we had a great night into the early hours in the morning. So there's enjoyable too. It's very enjoyable to meet in person. But the Zoom meetings I enjoyed every second week for that reason. Had a bit of chat and caught up on a bit of banter, etc. I got to chat a bit about radio. So whether to resume or not, I think very unlikely, John. ON80I, EI2HI, over.
Yeah, EI2HI, ON80I for ID. And would you ever think that the Tipperary Club would have it maybe even just once a month, and distinguished visitors would be allowed to jump in as well? Over.
Yeah, we did it through COVID, John. We did it through COVID, and when the meetings weren't on, we did it on. We did it, I think, once a month. No, I think about twice a month. But of course, you see, John, the thing is, someone has to pay for it. And it's not the cheapest, would you believe it, the person who's hosting it. So, there's that side of it as well, there's that element. So, but anyway, once COVID restrictions and lockdowns eased, we started having the physical meetings, and the physical meetings are fun, John. They are fun, I have to say, and we continue to have a meeting approximately once every 5 weeks. We pick a date and go for it, and we have about maybe 7 of them a year, and they probably are better. So, but we did have a Zoom during the lockdowns, during the COVID lockdowns. We probably had Zoom meetings for the best part of a year and a half, John. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, there is other platforms, and one of them is Jitsi, Juliet India Tango Sierra India, and that you can stay on all night, all day, and that's free. Over.
Yeah, I heard that, and we did talk about doing that, but not everyone, John, is IT savvy like your good self. There's a good few lads there, who don't have the best internet connections as well, and even with the Zoom, even my location here, sometimes the Zoom used to freeze on me here, and you get buffering, and then it would free up then again. It depends on the time of day. So out here in the open countryside, John, I think a lot of lads have that issue as well. Sometimes during peak time, between sort of 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and all these dodgy boxes, for Sky, etc. It's prime time, and sometimes it slows down everything. Doesn't matter what mode you're on, be it Zoom or Gypsy. Some lads had issues with that. They were signing in, and next thing they were dropping out, and they were cutting in and out, and they just lost interest. So that doesn't happen on a physical meeting, John, from EI2HI, over.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Okay, Hugh, I'll do one more spin of the band, and we'll see what comes up, and then I'm going to knock it on the head. I had the early shift, so I had a bit of a siesta, at around 7 o'clock till about 9. So I'm a tiny bit rejuvenated. And tomorrow I'll take the lady of the house to Germany and Holland for some shopping. Over.
Well, John, don't forget to say hello on the local system here if you're around. Now, I'm away in the mornings. I don't get back here till lunchtime. I know you used to get on there on the Fridays. I was in Dublin yesterday. I had to go to a funeral in Dublin yesterday, and I was on there. A great company all the way from I left Cork right up to my location there in Dublin. And it was quite busy. I had company all the way. So if you're looking for some company, don't forget us. Say hello on the system here. And we'll hear you there, especially since you have both apps. I think you have the Zello and the Echolink. There should be someone around. And if I'm back and I hear you on, we can take up the conversation then. Before you do, Ed, I haven't heard EI2FN for a while. How is he, over?
Yeah, well, I believe I haven't heard anything to the contrary. I presume he's well enough, over.
Very good. Yeah, I haven't heard him in a while, and I know you guys used to get on here on this band at one stage. All right, John, listen, I think there's someone on our frequency above us, and we have it all said anyway, and if you're around tomorrow, we'll listen out for you from back in time. So have yourself a great night, regards to the family there, and we'll be in touch very soon, John. Oscar November 8, Echo India 2, Hotel India.
Yeah, Hugh, great hearing you. Have a nice evening. Greetings to the lady of the house, and we'll keep in touch. It's always good hearing from you. EI2HI ON8EI. Bye bye from Belgium, Hugh. Over.
Thank you very much, John. Very good evening to you. 7-3 EI2HI. Bye bye.